Dominic. I'm a senior at Chattahoochee High School, and I'm here today to share a few words about my experience as a member of Student Leadership Johns Creek, class of 2024. It has been an honor to be a part of this program for the past 2 years, and I am so grateful to have had the opportunity to work alongside my classmates who share my passion for leadership and service. Over the past 2 years, I've been able to learn from both my peers and our speakers at our program days throughout the school year. My favorite memory was from my group project. Last year, my group and I organized visits to senior homes to distribute doTERRA bags for prescription medication disposal. Working alongside Kendall McMichael from One Johns Creek and collaborating with Artreach, a club at my school, we were able to bring music and service together, hosting an entertaining evening for one of the senior homes nearby. It was a lot of fun to combine these passions of mine while working towards serving our community. Additionally, I cannot fail to mention the numerous speakers we have heard over the past 2 years, giving us a snapshot of their lives and the work that they do. For me, as a future chemical engineering student, I was so excited to hear from Dr. Rasmussen and her work at the CDC. Emerging as a graduate from SLJC, I envision myself as a leader, equipped with the mindset I need to apply the skills I have learned from this program. Lastly, on behalf of the Chattahoochee class of 2024, I would like to thank Ms. Sanders, Ms. McCain, and Ms. Nagler for all they have done for us these past 2 years. Thank you.
Once again, good evening everyone. I'm Tiffany Abasahan, and as I've already introduced myself, I'll get right into it. I'm going to take it down a little bit of a different path, and I'll try not to give you that stereotypical motivational BS that Sid was talking about, but I did already write this up, and I do have a time limit, so we'll see. My speech today is going to be about change and transition. There are aspects of life that are built into the human experience in numerous ways, physically, spiritually, emotionally, but I've noticed that many people continuously struggle with and maybe never come to terms with them. I've always found this fascinating. They aren't simply moments to rush into and get out of to get to the next experience. They are the experience in and of itself. The growth and revitalization that happens within these stages of life is so pivotal yet overlooked. What prompted me to speak about this is having gone through an incredibly defining season of transition of my own at the ripe age of 11. I smile now as I prepare to talk about it because I know my friends, family, and mentors in the crowd have heard it millions of times and are probably getting sick of it, but I'm gonna talk about it anyways. What I'm referring to is moving from Lagos, Nigeria, or as any true Nigerian would call it, Naija. We moved simply to be in closer proximity to the vast array of opportunities that are essentially at your fingertips in this country. And just so we're all clear, this isn't gonna be a crap on the third world country you come from type of speech. It's actually quite the contrary. The process of moving wasn't simply a conduit to life truly beginning here in the USA. All of it is equally necessary to my story. I say it all the time, life in Nigeria made me who I am, but life here developed it. I'll carry Nigeria with me forever in my name, my face, my hair, experiences, outlook that I have in this world. I'll also carry Johns Creek forever in the people, opportunities, and roadblocks I encounter that solidify who I'm meant to be in this world. That time in the middle, though, the time before I truly felt settled into this new stage of life, is where the magic really happened. The doubt, anxiety, and contemplation of why I was really here and where I truly belong are common questions we all ask ourselves, but a bit much for an 11-year-old. Still, I ultimately made it to the physical and mental location I'm called to be in this time, but that didn't happen overnight. My becoming happened in the gradual and sometimes agonizing season of transition that comes in the middle. Now, how did this all apply to all of you sitting here today? Well, my time in SLJC has been one of my biggest testimonies of what you stand to gain from accepting and working with the season of transition that you're in. In similar ways, as a sophomore turning junior, I was facing a mini season of transition, with the reality of college applications placing mounting pressure on me. Stepping out of my comfort zone during this time is what opened the door to all of these opportunities I have around me. My now personal relationships with members of the Georgia State House and Senate, meeting political icons like John Ossoff, emceeing a debate for the Fulton County Board of Commissioners, featuring in a personal segment from Matt Maloney's Above and Beyond Leadership podcast, which is always on YouTube if you want to give that a watch, and so much more. I've learned how not only to survive but thrive in the inevitable seasons of transition that life throws our way. Well, I hope I've truly given you all context on what my journey through SLJC has been and the undeniable importance of change and transition. But before I go to the incoming class, I have something to say to you specifically. There are likely many things going through your head right now, which I completely understand, but trust me, you're going to get used to it. Realize that this isn't just another activity to add to your list of ECs, which I'm sure is already quite lengthy if you're sitting here right now. You're about to rub shoulders with the most influential people anyone could meet, talk less of a high schooler. From speakers to staff to Miss Sanders herself, they're all here because they truly care about leaving you better than they found you. So please lean into that. Once I drop this mic, well, I'm not holding the mic, I wasn't preparing for that, and eventually walk out those doors, my time here is done, but yours is just beginning. So inside and outside of SLJC, make sure you welcome your own change, transition, and growth. They're never easy, they're never permanent, but they're always necessary. So get ready.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Yeri Asahu, a senior at Northview High School and part of the SLJC graduating class of 2024. It's a great honor to be here. This is actually my third time being in one of these graduation ceremonies. The first time was when I was actually inducted into this program. And I was always astonished at the people giving these speeches because they were so fearless, giving a speech in front of so many people out here. And the second time, again, I was pretty astonished, but also I felt pretty bummed out that I didn't take the chance to speak at graduation. So here we are, and as they say, third time's the charm. But jokes aside, I really have found myself becoming more confident and more enthusiastic about speaking in front of people and taking these opportunities and making my voice heard thanks to SLJC. I actually initially joined this program because of two of my very close friends that are in this room right now, who are SLJC alumni right now. And all throughout sophomore year, they would tell me about the wonderful opportunities that this program brought to them, send me pictures from the various exhibits that they attended. So the next year, I was determined that I wanted to get in, and I did, and the rest is history. SLJC is like that one class in high school that makes you realize, oh God, I'm in high school now, and this is no longer middle school where I could just pass by without a proper plan in place. Coming into SLJC, I thought I was a pretty good leader myself. But it really made me realize that there's still so much that I could learn and learn about the stuff that entails leadership. It really is all about taking the first step. Faire le premier pas, as the French would say. I took the first step in applying here, and it was easily one of the best steps I've taken. One thing I really want you all to take away from this speech, something that Sid mentioned earlier, is the importance of taking the initiative. No matter how annoying it may seem, please take it. I promise you, you won't regret it. Any step taken is better than none. One time, after a program day, I actually walked up to Miss Sanders and told her about an issue my science Olympiad team was facing, because we didn't have a place to host her satellite competition, and asked her for ideas. And she was so kind enough that she rented out the whole Chamber of Commerce for us, using her own membership. And thanks to her and the SOS ambassadors' kind efforts, we were able to place third overall in that competition, which really goes to show that any small step, no matter how meaningless it may seem at first, can go a long, long way. I really don't think I've had enough of this program. It feels like just yesterday when I met my SJC group at the escape rooms that Hasni mentioned earlier. And it was actually at last month's program day when it really hit me that it is like the last day of SJC, and I was very devastated because I've met so many people in this program, made so many new friendships that I definitely would not have been able to do without this program. My time in SJC felt very short because of how unforgivably fast time flies by. But alas, all good things must come to an end. But that's not to say that even better things cannot be branched off from it. And I truly believe that. Even though my journey here is over, these friendships I've forged, these connections I've established, the places I've visited, the memories I've made, the lessons I've learned, and last but not least, the confidence I've gained to come up here and speak, and the person I've become are always going to be a part of me. And all this would not have been possible without SJC and Ms. Sanders. So thank you so much, SJC. Thank you so much, Ms. Sanders. And a big congratulations to our graduating class of 2024. And I hope you all have a great rest of your evening.
and I'm a junior at Centennial High School and a member of the Student Leadership Johns Creek Class of 2024. I was initially worried that my speech might be a little too short, but my mom reminded me that towards the end of this event, everyone would be okay with a little bit of a short speech. So here we go. Before our first program day, someone in my group had asked, "Why are we meeting at a hospital? Do you think we're going to get to do surgery?" And as I graduated here tonight, I can promise the incoming class and all future patients at Emory Hospital that no, we do not get to see or perform any surgeries. However, we did learn a lifetime's worth of skills, like how to build an online portfolio and resume, how to manage finances and earn scholarships, how to give a speech, how am I doing, and how to be a leader, just to name a few. My time part of SLJC has been invaluable and honestly so much fun. I've become such good friends with people I would have gone my whole life without ever knowing, and now if I see them in the hallway at school, I might even wave. In all seriousness, SLJC has allowed me to build so many connections and friendships to the world outside my bubble, and for that, I'm forever grateful. To the incoming class of 2026, I know right now you probably don't know much about what you've gotten yourself into, so I'll leave you with some advice. Number 1, sign up for everything. These 2 years go by quicker than you think, so take advantage of every opportunity to learn, make new friends, and discover more about yourself. My favorite opportunity from SLJC was going downtown to the commissioner's office and watching a real court case where I was able to observe what several different jobs look like to help me form an opinion on what I might like to do later on in my life. From this experience, I was also able to earn a summer internship, which I could not be more excited for. And I feel so much more prepared to enter the real world and become the best leader I can be. Finally, I want to thank Ms. Sanders for pouring her heart into this program and making it such a wonderful experience that I'm so sad to leave. The program days we spent together in the basement of a hospital are now just memories, but I will cherish the things I learned and the friendships I made forever. Thank you.
I hope by now I'm a familiar face, but if you have already forgotten, my name is Lakshana Ramanan. Many people have their lucky charms: a 4-leaf clover, a ladybug, even the number 7. For my family though, they say it's me. It may just be the hint of the word luck in my name or some greater power I cannot see. But while I've experienced my fair share of good luck, I cannot attribute all my successes to that one-off chance. As I reflect on my journey so far and look ahead to the future, the concept of luck often comes to mind. Some say luck determines our fate, while others believe it is our actions that shape our lives. So, what is the truth? While I may not be the expert to answer the question, I realized 1 or 2 things along the way. Luck can create opportunities, but it's unrealistic to expect them to simply fall into your lap. Through SLJC, I have learned that taking initiative is key in pursuing these opportunities. Instead of waiting for things to come my way, I've sought out chances to grow and contribute to my community. I will say I'm very lucky to have met incredible people like Mrs. Sanders, George Carnesale, and Miss Linda McCain, to name a few, as they have provided me with so many opportunities and experiences. But I can also say that my initiative and dedication helped me expand on these opportunities. Luck is nothing but just being prepared when opportunities come knocking at your door. Never would I have thought that I could interview and form relationships with important community leaders like former Mayor Mike Bodker or Mrs. Heather Redrick. Never would I have thought I would be a moderator in a state-level debate with candidates from the Georgia House of Representatives and Senate. Never would I have thought that I could create change in my community when I spoke in front of City Council in favor of saving a 200-year-old heritage tree. Looking back now, I can say that without Mrs. Sanders and SLJC, I would not be the person I am today. At the same time, it is not to say that if you work hard, things will always go your way. One of the biggest mental blocks that I've had to overcome in high school is not worrying about things that I cannot control. I would overthink every action, overanalyze my future, and somehow, at the same time, keep living in the past. But realizing that worrying about things that are out of my control is a waste of time and energy taught me to move forward and enjoy the present and look forward to the future. You cannot control everything, and that is okay. You did your best. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. But it's also important to note that you can only control what you are doing. Don't define your work based on according to someone else's standards. Success is not about being ahead of others, and failure is not about being behind. All of this isn't to say that luck is not a factor in life. It's just not a sole determinator. Don't play down on your successes. We have all worked hard, and we deserve to know it. Let go of this idea of comparison and travel your path, the one you carved yourself, not the one paved by a little chance. To the class of 2026, congratulations on joining the SLJC program. Remember to grasp opportunities and show initiative to explore new ideas. To the class of 2025, congratulations on finishing the first year of SLJC. Remember to keep pursuing your passion in leadership and exploring new interests. And finally, to the class of 2024, congratulations on completing the SLJC program. I'm very lucky to have become friends with so many incredible leaders, some of whom are my closest friends now. As we step into the future, we certainly do not know everything, but what we do know is to not wait for luck to find us, and instead take action to create our own luck. Thank you.
Well, LaShawn, those are truly some heartfelt and insightful words. I do thank you for that speech. It was great. I now welcome back to the stage Shruti Balachander and Arya Smith, both recipients of last year's Michael E. Bodker Scholarship Award. These awards are given to two class of 2024 Student Leadership Johns Creek students who exemplify excellence and truly embody a commitment to leadership at their school and in the community. Applicants were asked to write an essay that highlights what makes them an exemplary leader and what sets them apart from others. Shruti will announce the recipient of the Marilyn Margolis Leadership Award, while Arya will be announcing the recipient of the Michael E. Bodker Scholarship Award. Recipients of these respective awards, please remain on stage for a photograph. Please welcome Shruti and Arya.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Shruti Balachander, and I'm a current freshman and STEM scholar at Georgia State University studying business and law. And I'm a graduate from Student Leadership Class of 2023 at Northview High School, as well as a former Secretary of State Ambassador. I have to say, standing up here at my former high school exactly 1 year ago is giving me some major deja vu. Almost 1 year ago, I was up on stage giving my speech about the impact of SLJC on my high school career. A year ago, I was younger, still in high school, and wasn't sure what my new journey to college would look like. There was a lot I didn't know. Would I fit in? Did I make the right choice going to college? Would I be okay by living by myself? Would I be successful? While a lot of questions circled my head, I did know one thing for sure, that the connections, experiences, and knowledge that I gained from being in this program would allow me to use my skills for the betterment and shape my version of success for my life. And so, as I stand here, back at the high school I graduated from, and for the program that gave me so much, I reflect on all the experiences that have carried me through my current year in college. As a current STEM scholar at Georgia State University, I've had the chance to interact with the Honors College and the greater STEM community across the entire U.S., work for Georgia State's Robinson College of Business as a student assistant, and through the college selection have the privilege to currently work at one of the most prominent hotel real estate brokerage firms in the U.S., the Hunter Hotel Advisors, as part of their Hunter Hotel Investment Conference, leading registration with over 2,100 attendees last month. Finally, with my 4-year STEM stipend and the Michael E. Bodker Scholarship that I received last year, I will be studying abroad in Europe this May through the College of Business in France and Italy, studying and observing the hospitality and business industry. As co-recipient of the Michael E. Bodker Scholarship in 2023, I will be using the funds as part of my study abroad trip. Needless to say, the Student Leadership Johns Creek has enabled my dreams and given me the skill set to strengthen and achieve those dreams. As I'm eternally grateful to this program and Ms. Sanders for always checking in with me and keeping in touch, and for ever having my back. This community and program has not only prepared me for college, but for life. But enough about me now. Today I have the privilege of announcing the Marilyn Margolis Leadership Award. Marilyn Margolis began her career at Emory University Healthcare 35 years ago at Emory University. She started her career as a bedside nurse for 15 years and was later prompted to a leadership role at the Emory Emergency Department. Marilyn Margolis started working at Emory John Street Hospital in 2011 and by 2015 was promoted to Chief Executive Officer. If that doesn't speak to her achievements, she received a Master's in Nursing Administration from Emory and from Emory University School of Nursing, along with having engaged in postgraduate work at Harvard Business School and the Woodruff Leadership Academy. In 2017, she was also appointed as chair of the Johns Creek Chamber of Commerce and an active board member of the Johns Creek Advantage. Additionally, Marilyn recently served as president of the Rotary Club of Johns Creek and is an active member of the Johns Creek Symphony Orchestra. Unfortunately, Marilyn Margolis could not join us today, but today I have the privilege of announcing the Marilyn Margolis Scholarship Award. The recipient of the Marilyn Margolis Scholarship and Award is someone very near and dear to my heart, and so it is with pleasure that I'm able to talk about them today. This person has always been so hardworking, pushing themselves to the highest levels of success. At school, they are the vice co-president of the Rotary Sponsored Club, vice president of the National Honor Society, and now chapter president of HOSA Future Health Professionals. I also had the privilege of watching this person grow throughout Student Leadership Johns Creek to the 2023 Secretary of State Ambassador team. But I am most proud of this person who was recently announced as the valedictorian of Innovation Academy. And now, this person will hopefully, fingers crossed, join me and the STAMPS community in Atlanta at Georgia Tech. And I'm so proud of you, and I cannot wait to see where life takes you. Please join me in awarding this year's Marilyn Margolis Leadership Award to Lakshana Ramanan.